Good morning. It is Thursday, and it's the Mobile Monica version of the Real Monica Adams show, and it's brought to you by our friends at Invita Health and Wellness. I have been doing so much over the last half hour to be able to come outside and be able to come mobile from you, from our pool to you this morning, because it is absolutely gorgeous. I was almost going to be up in my office, and I thought, no, I am constantly preaching how you need to get outside, get out in nature, and it is so pretty. I mean, obviously I love the pool and love the palm trees and everything, but this wind that's out here this morning, it's just gorgeous. If you haven't been outside yet, I highly recommend you do so. So I'm going to have you come on. We've got a lot to do today. Let me just run through some things. So we're going to show you a special feature on the aquarium at Union Station here in St. Louis. It is Shark Week. So I would highly recommend that if you're looking for something to do with your kids, grab the family, that is something that would be so much fun. You know what? The aquarium has been here for a handful of years. I still had not been, and maybe you're like me and you haven't been either. So maybe this is the perfect time for you to go to see the full aquarium. We didn't get a chance to spend too much time there, but we went all the way back in. We got a behind the scenes look at Shark Canyon, and I want to thank Tammy so much. You'll hear from her. You'll also see my team. I'm very, very big in the team atmosphere. So we have Lori Stahlschmidt, who is my incredible manager. And I tell you what, she's just, well, first of all, I've been training her daughters since, I don't know, 2012, I think it was. So you've seen Abby Stahlschmidt. I always call her my sister, my baby sister. Her sister, Gabrielle Stahlschmidt, will actually be on with us on Monday talking about those aspiring actors that are out there. They hold several academies, and this is going to be one of them with her Own Your Voice Academy. They also have a clothing line, and they give the donations to human trafficking to against the human trafficking. So there's that new movie out, The Sound of Freedom, with is it Henry I always forget how to pronounce his last name. Caviezel, I think it is. Anyway, that movie has been top at the box office, based on a true story. Tops of the box office for the last few weeks, which is incredible, bringing attention to the fact that this is real. And one of the things that she does right now is on world trafficking awareness. And so she is giving donations to that. We're going to talk about that on Monday. We've got big shows coming up, huge shows coming up. I'm super, super excited the way things have been playing out, and I hope you're enjoying them as well. Of course, you get just me and you together on some of the days where we have our topics. And today's topic, you might get a chance to see, has to do with how different would your life look if you knew that your days were numbered, like today was your last day, or a week from now, or a month from now, or you are told that you have 1 year left. I want you to do as much interaction as you can for me today and tell me, what would you do different? We'll get into that. Not yet. We'll get into that after we play the aquarium piece, which is about a 5-minute piece. It's really awesome. I tell you what, I had no idea how gorgeous that looked inside of there. We should be really proud here in St. Louis of our aquarium. I think one of my favorite parts of the package is the octopus. I was so wowed by it. You'll see. And like I said, there's some really cool things, and I really want to thank the aquarium here in St. Louis for giving us the behind the scenes that a lot of people don't get a chance to see. We were able to see from up above what everybody sees in the tanks down below, and to see the sharks from up above the water. It was remarkable. Anyway, that's coming up for you. And then we're going to talk about our topic. I also am going to talk about some things that you could get yourself or your kids involved in, some classes that are coming up, modeling. Do you have anybody that's been wanting to aspire to model? If so, let me tell you this a couple times during today's show, and I'm going to give you the full rundown. Oh, I got a bee. Hello, bee. A full rundown of what they are looking for. And this is going to come up on Friday. So I want you to grab anyone that you know that has been wanting into commercial work. They want to do runway. They want to do print. You name it. I modeled when I was younger, right after I had my blood clot, and I loved it. Still do some modeling from time to time. But if they are wanting to do that, maybe full blown, or they want to do it and have it something, we all have our side hustles and things that we love to do. If this is something that you have that's a boy or a girl that is interested in doing that, and they're between, 13 years old and up, women, 5'8" to 5'11". You know somebody that's interested in that. Come dressed in fitted pants, tank top, and heels, and wear little to no makeup. This is going to be on Friday from 10 to 12 in the University Club Tower building on the 17th floor in the ballroom. University Club Tower building is in Richmond Heights, right across from the Galleria. So they're having an open call again from 10 to 12 tomorrow. You don't want to miss out on this. 17th floor in the ballroom. That's what they're looking for women, 13 years old and up. Then men, 17 years old and up, 6'1" and up, come dressed in straight-legged pants, t-shirt, clean shaven, and groomed. You do not want to miss out on this opportunity. I can tell you right now, if I was a teenager or a young adult and my mom and dad or my grandparents or my aunt and uncle, whatever, heard about this, I would not want them to keep that from me. So if you have the kids at the house right now, great. Let them know. If not, send them a text or give them a call and say, hey, this is something you've been wanting to do. Here's your opportunity. So that's tomorrow. Again, University Club Tower building, 17th floor boardroom. And then we'll tell you more about what Gabrielle's discussing on Monday. Reed Lowe will be in on Tuesday. We have so many shows that we've been recording and then live shows that you'll get as well. And I've got my notebook here. I always want to have you tell me if there are topics that you want us to cover. And I'm going to be covering one of them today that it's kind of a continuation of something we've done in the past, thinking about your own mortality. But today's more so about doing. I like an action plan. What would you do differently if you knew that your days were numbered? 1 day left, 1 week left, 1 month left, 1 year left, whatever it looks like. How would you change your life? Because maybe the things you tell me today would have you start living your life different immediately, as if that was the case. You know the song, don't you? Tim McGraw's Live Like You Were Dying. I think you've all heard it. Doesn't matter what genre of music you like. I'm sure you've heard it. It's the message that matters. Whether you like country music or not, it's the message that matters. Let me say good morning to some of you before I take a quick break. Leona and Kathleen, Marilyn, good morning. Hi to Linda. Good morning, Monica. Beautiful dress. It's actually a top. I found out that a lot of you like me in yellow, so I thought I'd get some more yellow. Let's see. Good morning, Monica. You look awesome. Thank you, Carrie. Good to have you on, everyone. Kathy, good morning to you as well. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to introduce you, if you've never been before, like me, to the Aquarium at Union Station. You're going to love this piece. I want to thank Caroline and George for working hard on editing this together. It's beautifully shot, so thank you to Michelle and Lori and Max for being a part of it. So I love to introduce you to my team. Hi, Tina, and hi to Sean, and hi to Barb. I love the new names. I love the people who have been around with us for a while. So if you've never been to the Aquarium, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into it so you can go along with us. And then I want you to go. Again, if you're looking for something to do today, tomorrow, through the weekend, it's Shark Week. No better time to go. Envita Health and Wellness, where you can feel your best both inside and out. Envita isn't your typical med spa. They're a multi-specialty medical spa and wellness center serving St. Louis and its surrounding areas. They have ketamine for mental health and pain, IV therapy, medical weight loss, and aesthetics treatments. As board-certified anesthesia providers, Envita can ensure that their advanced treatments are provided safely with minimal to no pain. So let Envita take care of you. Call 314-394-0950 to book an appointment or online envitahealthandwellness.com. We're boogieing today. It almost feels like a Friday, doesn't it? It's a Thursday, and it's the Mobile Monica version of the Real Monica Adams podcast, brought to you by our friends right there, Envita Health and Wellness. I was so hoping to get Dr. Sarah Franco back on before the month wrapped up, but she is so crazy busy, and that's a good thing. That means things are really picking up and that you are supporting her. I know there are a lot of people who've been telling me that they have gotten their labs done. It's been an aha moment for them of why they've been stuck, and talking about weight loss with her, talking about the aesthetic side of how they want to look. They're talking about the ketamine. I'm so proud of how this collaboration and this partnership has played out. So again, Jamie and Sarah and the staff, thank you so much for believing in us and being our title sponsor. Okay, as promised, it's 7:10 on this Thursday, July 27th, and I wanted you to come along with us at Union Station, the Aquarium. If you have not been yet, well, this is what you've been missing out on. This is what I've been missing out on as well. If you've not been yet, well, what the heck? Come along with me and enjoy. Shark Week. I've never been to the aquarium. We're down at St. Louis Aquarium Union Station. Hi.
Hi, I'm Connor. It's nice to meet you.
You're so friendly.
I love being here, man. You're in for some really fun experiences.
But what if we're afraid of sharks?
You have nothing to be scared of. You're in good hands.
Are you sure?
I promise.
I'm in good hands.
In good hands.
Let's go. You come with me. Hold my hand. We were at the aquarium, and you were talking about all the different nuances of when you first walk in, that there's that affiliation with the trains.
Yes, so we are in this wonderful train station, this historic train station, and the designers did an amazing job of celebrating that right at our entrance, ranging from our grand clock that's the same size as the one up on the clock tower to this amazing video that shows up on top.
And you said we could sit here for a half hour just watching. I want this in my house.
Absolutely. I love it. I come into the lobby all the time and I see little kids on the floor just laying here watching. It's fantastic.
Absolutely. So one of the very first things you do is then take a train ride.
We take a virtual train ride, and that does a wonderful job of starting out with St. Louis history and then transitioning you magically into a position where we're going to go see the aquarium.
And we're going to see sharks today because it's Shark Week. But I was saying, I'm nervous. Scared of sharks.
Oh, sharks are such puppy dogs, you know. You just got to get to know them.
Unless they're hungry. That's phenomenal. Okay, that's super cool.
Let's go get some octopus sushi.
That's what I was going to say. I can't believe I've never been here, first of all. You're probably going to be like, Monica, what the heck? The aquarium's been open how long?
Just since December of 2019. And so we rolled right into COVID. So honestly, there's a lot of people in St. Louis who haven't made it out yet.
See, so we want you to get out here, but especially we're talking about Shark Week. Now, I was saying before, what if someone's scared of sharks? They can just look from afar, but there's also interaction.
There is absolutely opportunities to interact in our touch pool. We have bamboo sharks, and you can actually interact with them upstairs. But these animals in Shark Canyon, they're behind a lot of acrylic.
That's a good thing.
There's no possibility that they will interact with you if you're out here.
So for people who are coming during Shark Week, what would be the big draw for them that you would want them to see? There's a lot to see at the aquarium, but if they just wanted to go straight into Shark Canyon.
Yeah, Shark Canyon has 7 different species of sharks, multiple of each of those species, so you're definitely going to see lots of sharks in here. We have our 3 biggest species, a zebra shark, a nurse shark, and a sandbar shark. And so you will definitely see sharks that are, 7 feet long and really sharky looking.
Well, it's amazing because you're talking about bamboo shark and all these sharks I was like, I've never even heard of before. Stingrays, we've gone out and probably had our hands underneath and they take the shrimp underneath, which is so cool.
So again, you want to hold it far enough down in the water so they can swim right over the top of it.
You can slide down the inside of the wall too.
Oh, I can? And they'll come by and get it like that? But I'll get a better video if we do it like this, all right? Out here.
A little farther down. There you go.
Oh!
How many species are we talking about here at the aquarium?
At the aquarium, we have a total of 9 different species of sharks, yeah. And I think it's really important for our guests to know that while we have sort of this built-in fear of sharks, and it's really started with Jaws and all the,
We need a bigger boat, Tammy.
Yeah, exactly, all this craziness. But the truth is that sharks are actually becoming threatened, many species, because of interactions with humans. So humans are much more dangerous to sharks than sharks are to humans.
So they just got a bad rep. It's a stereotype.
Right. I mean, they do have a lot of teeth.
They're killers.
We get
They
that.
could be.
But anytime really that there is an interaction with a human, it is because they have mistaken that person for something they would eat, like a seal or a sea turtle. And you'll always hear about that they bite and then they kind of go away because sharks, we aren't on the sharks menu naturally, and the sharks don't really like the taste. So.
Okay, so what are you hoping for people who come here of all ages, the big takeaway for them after they experience it? What are you hoping that they tell their friends to come over here?
We really want people to move from fearing these animals to really having great pride in these apex predators and what they can do, and the health that they help the ocean to achieve. So if you take an apex predator out of any habitat, that habitat is not going to be healthy any longer. And so keeping those sharks healthy and happy in the ocean, very important.
How long have you worked here?
I have been here since about 4 months before we opened.
Oh, okay. So what are the biggest things that you hear the kids say after they're done looking at all of this?
Well, definitely the sharks are very intriguing, no question about it. But we are a very hands-on organization. We joke that if you leave the aquarium and you haven't gotten your hands wet once, you have to go back and do it again.
Yeah.
So we really want everybody to feel some connection to at least one animal in the aquarium by the time they walk out.
Okay, what do you think is the most fun thing that you're going to have me experience today?
I think the most unexpected thing might be our doctor fish. When you stick your hand
Doctor?
exactly. Is there a doctor in the house? You put your hand in this habitat, and they are natural cleaner animals, so they'll come over and clean off any dead skin that's on your hand, and it is a wild sensation.
All right, doctor, let's go. Where's the nurse? All right, Tammy, so we were just down below. Now we're behind the scenes, which is super cool. Thank you for taking us behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
This is actually where they feed them, and then you said they do some medical stuff here also?
Yes, so this is where we really have the opportunity to care for the sharks. So definitely feeding very frequently. But then we also have the opportunity to do things like weighing them to make sure that they're in great health. And we also dive. So our scuba divers are in here 6 days a week cleaning the habitat.
I want to dive.
Yeah, it's fun. I do it.
I'm sure you do. Hey, that was so cool. Are we done?
No, you want to go over the rope bridge?
What's the rope bridge?
It is a super cool piece of our tour where you get to go over and look right above you, or you are right above the animals as they swim below you.
Oh, will you do it with me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Will you hold my hand?
Absolutely.
I'm not scared of the sharks anymore. All right, wasn't that fun? Now I've seen some of the comments. Carrie said, did you make Michelle touch the stingray? All right, let me prove to you. The problem is there was an audio issue, so we couldn't use this one, but let me prove that yes, I did in fact touch the sharks. We just didn't get a chance to use this video. So there I am. And no, I am not afraid of those guys. I love those guys. In fact, that was probably one of my favorite things to do is the stingrays. Don't be afraid of them. Look at that one right there, was super, super cool. Actually felt a little bit like sandpaper. And then the other ones, I always say that they feel like a scuba suit, like dolphins. My favorite picture was the one that looks like the stingray is smiling. Did you see that? Did you catch that? What was your favorite thing from that piece? And have you all been, I'm just thinking about some of the favorite pictures of this guy. I mean, look, he's got a big smile on his face. It's what it looks like. It's not his face, by the way, but that's what it looks like. That was one of my favorites. So I love the fact that we can be real and I can just go through and scroll through the pictures and video and show you. So if you haven't been, that's what's awaiting you. You know, I actually have to say I was a little more concerned about touching the jellyfish the wrong way because you have to do it when they turn a certain way. Otherwise, it's their organs that you could actually damage. So the jellyfish, you saw that. That was pretty cool. That was Lori, by the way, that you saw in the video. And she cracked us up. Yeah, see, there you go. That was, those are the jellyfish that you're touching. And you have to make sure that they're flipped over on top. Otherwise, it's all their organs and you don't want to damage their organs. Michelle, of course, being a big goofball with the lobster hands. So there's a lot of fun things to do, a lot of interactive things to do for the kids if they've not been yet. I highly recommend that. And then something brand new that we didn't get a chance to show you. When you come out of the aquarium, go to this. It's brand new. It's called Selfie Express, and it's right before you leave. You get an opportunity to take pictures. And so a lot of people were asking, how did I take the picture where all those colors? It's right there. You can have these same pictures and then just load up your account, load up your social media account with all these cool selfie pictures. See, if you haven't seen it yet, it's that one. That, and then there's a room with clocks like everywhere. And again, there's a room where one of you looks huge and then the other one's just right behind it, but it looks like you're super small behind it. These are all things at Union Station that you can go and see. I think our favorite is the one where it looks like you're upside down. So you grab this, but then they want you to turn it upside down and look how fun that picture looks. Selfie station. I mean, those are our favorites. And then this literally just opened about, I think, 2 weeks ago. So there's aspects of the train and there's, as I said, the clock tower. So you do this one. And then it looks like I did, of course. I always, I always have to be a big goofball. Watch this. This is something you didn't get a chance to see. Part of Selfie Station. There you go. Now you get a chance to see the real Monica in the Real Monica Adams show. Tell me, what did you love? I mean, I like to interact to see what you enjoyed most when we were doing this. You saying you would dive in. I could see you swimming with the sharks. Carrie, I would. There's not too many things that people have challenged me to do that I wouldn't do. Marilyn says, amazing. Have not been there yet. Thanks, you bet. You made Michelle feed the stingray. No, that was Lori, by the way, but no, we all did it. Max did it. You saw Lori in that. You saw Michelle in that. Max is Michelle's son, by the way, so he went along with us. Carrie, I love your sense of fashion. Thank you. Good morning, Jillian and Terry. All right, everyone. So that was the special feature that we wanted to show you. Some orders of business I talked about in the beginning. I'll do it again at the end. If you know someone that's looking to actress, you want them to do modeling, they want to do modeling more so, I should say, not that you want to push them into something, but if they're teenagers, young adults, as an adult, doesn't matter, there is an open modeling call I'm going to talk about again at the end of the show one more time, or you can go back and watch the beginning of this. Also on Monday, we're going to talk about an acting class that's going to be held at Own Your Voice Academy. Gabrielle Stolschmidt will be talking about that with us on Monday. And then Reed Lowe, you remember former St. Louis Blue enforcer, former St. Louis Blues enforcer, Reed Lowe. We're going to talk about his years playing, what he's been doing, his auctioneering. He is a third generation auctioneer, as well as his journey to find God and how much more open his heart and his soul are. So that's coming up on Tuesday. We also did an interview yesterday with none other than Billy Bush and a brand new book he has out called Family Reigns, The Extraordinary Rise and Epic Fall of an American Dynasty. And then this wonderful line of perfume and cologne that he's involved in with Gabrielle Rebo, and it's called Beatus Paris. So proud of him and the things that they're doing. So we're going to have that coming up in the next couple of weeks. We have Ashley Wick from Hillsboro, Missouri. Her father and her mother, by the way, own the company where we got the palm trees, the beautiful palm trees and the birds of paradise. That is right here in our area. It is called Florida Direct Palm Trees. And they said, Monica, we have a daughter who I think you'd be so proud of. She is definitely changing lives. She's the first ever female on the coaching staff at UMass for the football team. So we're going to tell you about her story. We have Doc Krotzer, who is an editor and a director, filmmaker in Hollywood, but he's from Florissant, Missouri, and he's working on the latest Roadhouse movie, which of course you know from Patrick Swayze, but now Jake Gyllenhaal is in that, loosely based, not a complete remake, but close. Working on that, he had worked on Eat, Pray, Love with Julia Roberts, which I can't wait for you to hear about that and the things that he's done. We also had him talk a little bit about Book Club 2, which is where I first met him. We had him on the show in person this time instead of on the phone like we did the first time. Let me think. So Ashley, Doc, Reed, Colleen and Lauren Murphy. Wow, they're coming up on August 7th. And if you, I want to thank one of our viewers because she turned me on to this story. Had never heard of this woman and these two women, but one of them, she was a phenomenal runner and athlete, and it's horrible to even think of what she's gone through, but she was running and was going across the lanes of the road and everything was fine. Everything was open. And then this person came barreling through and hit her. What she's been through is unbelievable, but it's what she's come through that is so inspiring. Her story is coming up on August 7th. August 8th, I'm going to have Kelly Lamb Montgomery and Gordon Montgomery. We're going to talk about finding your true soulmate later on in life. Never give up hope for your relationships. So is your true soulmate still waiting out there for you? And are you older and you think, I'm just going to give up and I'll be alone for the rest of my life? No, we're going to talk about the love they have found, true soulmates. We're going to talk about overcoming after losing a parent because she just lost her mother, and her brand new children's book that is coming out. Actually, I just saw her post something about it yesterday. It's based on their dog Olive, which makes me laugh. And teaching kids through life. So we had earlier this week, we were talking with Moses Yuko about his books and overcoming bullying and seeing endless possibilities. I hope you saw that, and I hope you get a chance to order some of those books. So look, this team's been busy, hasn't it? We have been loading you up with shows that you will see recorded, live shows, because not everybody can do the live shows. I like being live with you because I love to interact with you. Let's go back here. Sherry said she loves the top. Thank you, Sherry. I'll see you later. Oh, yeah. Later today, and I understand they do still have tickets, so that was good. I'm glad Sherry's on. Do you know Dr. Gary Chapman? He is in town, by the way, at Pathfinder Church, which is on Manchester in Ellisville. And I think they have about 300 people coming tonight, 200 or 300 people. The tickets are free. They're being put on by Thrivent Credit Union. I have the book Love Language Minute for Couples. Ironic. I actually picked this up at the Crossing Bookstore. I purchased that about a month and a half ago. Had no idea I was actually going to get a chance to meet him. This is 100 days to a closer relationship. So if you'd like, I could start reading from this to help some of your marriages, your dating relationships. We can throw some of this in, and just in his honor, I'm going to read from this today instead of the value book that we've been doing, or maybe I'll sprinkle in both if you'd like. But he's in town, so if you're looking for something to do, 7 p.m. tonight to 8:30, 7 to 8:30. It is Dr. Gary Chapman, and he was for the longest time a counselor, and 14 years he took all of his notes and he came up with the 5 love languages. If you've never taken that, you should know what your love language is. It might help your relationship along. Ron Colwer, good morning to you. Terry, hi. Jillian, love your sense of fashion. Thank you, Carrie. You did amazing. Haven't been. Okay. Yes, the octopus, so cool. I told you, wasn't the octopus? We went there this year, really cool, but I would not do those Dr. Fish. That was not my idea of a good time, but all my group loved it. The Dr. Fish is ones that came around by the hands. And I said that it was, instead of me having to go to the jeweler, it cleaned my ring off, Leona. Topic: anxiety, separation for dogs, fear of thunder and storms, and how to help them. Okay, you got it. So I was introduced a while back to people asking if I had ever given the dogs like CBD, and I didn't want to because I just was thinking I still am not a huge fan. Being a little bit afraid of maybe what that could do to them on a regular basis. But if it's like the 4th of July or big storms that are coming, there is, if I have time, I'll actually go I'll do that. I'm going to grab the snacks that I get. And then, Carrie, we can maybe go a little bit deeper and have a veterinarian on to talk about separation anxiety. I know dogs that have thrown themselves through windows, thrown themselves through front screen doors, that they are so scared. It's so dangerous. And then they dart out and then they get lost. And those are horrible things. But yeah, that's a really good one. Thank you, Carrie. Can't wait to receive love from Dr. Fish. Gotta go. Yes. Good morning. You look beautiful as usual. Thank you, Karen. Donna, good morning. I've been to the aquarium in Gatlinburg and the one in Chicago, both amazing. Haven't been to ours. Well, here it is. This is no better time than right now during Shark Week. Okay, we're going to get into our topic. We're right at the halfway mark. I told you we've got a lot to do today. So thank you for tuning in. And then if other people have never had a chance to know that our show is here for them, go ahead and tell them. Text them. Share this. Let them know that we're on for another 30 minutes. We're going to talk about you. How different would your life look if today was your last day? A week from now, a month from now, a year from now. I want you to start thinking about it because I want you to interact with me. You're going to tell me how that would look when we return right after the break.
It's the icing on the cake.
The final brush stroke.
The finishing touches make all the difference in your home, too.
Have fun and get started at carolhouse.com/room planner.
With thousands of accessories in our 3.5-acre showrooms.
Get your picture perfect room and the lowest prices in the country at Carol House.
Because you like nice things.
You know, of course, it's great to get outside and enjoy the warm weather, but when it's time to relax indoors, be sure your home stays cool with equipment and service from my friends at Aldon. 24-hour emergency service available. At Aldon, it's their commitment to continue providing above and beyond HVAC service for all of their customers. They truly care about the air you breathe. Call them today at 314-567-5585 or on the web, aldon.com. That's al-don.com, 314-567-5585. Welcome back. It's the Mobile Monica version of the Real Monica Adams podcast, and it's brought to you by all of our wonderful friends. You have seen here down below. Thank you for all the support from Envita Health and Wellness, from Carol House Furniture, and from Aldon Indoor Air Quality Specialists. We're in that crazy string of heat days. So if you're having any trouble with your air conditioning, I'd highly recommend you contact Jeff and Toy. Why go with anybody else? They've been around since the 50s. I mean, come on, they've been taking care of. In fact, we were talking about Billy Bush And I understand they used to take care of the Bush family, which is amazing. I just want to be real here and show you this. So on the mobile days, I've got no engineers, no directors, nobody here, and there's a lot of work to do to get it ready. So I obviously am the executive producer of the show. I host the show. And then on the days that I'm by myself, this is me trying to get together and throw a bunch of chairs together. I've got boxes loaded up. There's the laptop, the ring light, and then cables running from inside, and then my little chair next to me with everything that I need, including, I had to pick this one, Papa Bubbly. All right, we're putting it out to the universe. I want you to all share this, and I want you to hashtag bubbly water, and then I want you to tag Michael Bublé's team. Bubbly water. We need you on as a sponsor. It just makes sense. I drink their water every day, and this one matches my outfit, so I had to do it. This is pineapple. What are you drinking today? Pineapple bubbly water for me. All right, I told you I'd have enough time to run inside. So Carrie wanted to have a really good topic coming up about separation anxiety, thunderstorms, your dogs and how they're acting. This is something I picked up when I went to an event about, 3-4 months ago, and it's called Koopy Snacks. So it is actually CBD dog treats. Again, I was a little apprehensive, but they said it's potential benefits, reduction in anxiety, anti-inflammatory, reduction in pain, reduction in seizures and convulsions, immune system support, nervous system support, cardiovascular system support, and gastrointestinal support. And so you just give them a little bit at a time depending on their weight, and it seemed to do pretty good. I was a little worried that maybe she would be like zombie-ish. I thought maybe she was going to throw up. She was good. So it tells you to start with a quarter of a treat for dogs that are up to 25 pounds, and then 25 to 50 and on up. If they do okay, you might be able to give them a little bit more. But she still was a little bit of, I can tell that something's coming. But instead of running in the closet and hiding in the closet like she normally does, she did not. So there you go. Koopy Snacks, and it's local. They're actually in Illinois. So thank you to Laura Lamarca for introducing me to those. Okay, let me see here. I would get together with all my friends and family one-on-one. This is the answer to the question that I'm asking today. So we are now in the second half hour of the show, which is time for us to do the topic. So I'm asking you that if you were told that today was your last day, a month from now, a year from now, how would you change your life? And the reason I'm asking this is I'm hoping that you can listen to what you're saying. And maybe if you're someone who's been journaling, like I've been asking you to, then maybe you're going to write this down and you date it on July 27th of 2023. And you say, this is what I said I would do. And then start doing it. Start chipping away at these things because we don't know when it's our last day. Some people are actually told, and they start getting their affairs in order. They start changing how they interact with each other. They do the things that they've been putting off forever. Well, maybe you should just start doing that anyway. I live my life full. People talk about that. My videographer, George, calls me the train. Some people, they've nicknamed me Wonder Woman ever since I first started in this business because they're like, I don't know how you do all the things that you do. And I said, because I want to truly live. And that's how I feel. So Leona says I would get together with all my friends and family one-on-one, not texting, no calling, but actually spend time with them. Share a glass of wine and share laughs and dinners together with power hugs. The words, I love you to all. So Leona, are you doing that? Or are you writing that right now and saying, I need to start doing that? I think it's a really powerful thing because so many people will text or they'll just do the random thing that everyone always does. How many of you say, oh, yes, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in forever. We need to get together. And then we need to get together becomes months, and then it becomes years. And then you get the phone call that person that you love died. So that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Stop putting it off until tomorrow or next month or years from now because you're not promised that. So do the laughter, do the dinners together with the friends and family. Say I love you at every possible moment that you have. Don't put it off until tomorrow. You're going to regret it. And then we have to do the whole thing of 100 days to freedom from regret. And you can't live your life with regret. You just need to live. Start living like you're dying, the way the song goes. Linda, thank you. Thank you, Linda, for moderating for me. I don't have a moderator on. I don't know where Caroline is this morning. She wasn't feeling good. So I also told Michelle, you'll be happy about this. I told Michelle to cut the cord while she's in Cabo because she needs to enjoy her vacation. She's such a sweetheart and wants to work. But I wanted her to cut the cord. So no moderator today, but I will reiterate things in case you missed something. As a matter of fact, got together with my tribe last night. This is from Rose. We talked just about this subject. Oh, well, how ironic. All the girls, they wouldn't want to know how much time they have left. I've asked that question in the past months. Would you want to know? You can answer that today too if you're new to the show. Would you want to know? I would have no problem knowing. Well, first of all, because I do live like I'm dying. I live every day because I almost did die when I was 19 years old. And so ever since I was 19, I have lived from getting up crazy early to staying up as late as I possibly can before I know I have to get that proper sleep. By the way, I'm sleeping so much better now since I walked away from television. I used to maybe get 3.5, 4 hours of sleep and just do that grind over and over and over again. And now I'm getting 7.5, 8 hours of sleep. I am ready to go, raring, ready to go. I've always had this kind of energy, but this is so much healthier for me, right? And for you need to make sure that you get that sleep in. So Rose said that they wouldn't want to know what their numbers were. I tell my friends and family how I feel about them, and I wear my party pants every day. Make a splash while you're here. Do everything that makes you happy and let people know the real you. Exactly. It's why this show is called The Real Monica Adams. I want it to be something that you follow in your own life, that you show more of your real side. I would go home and visit all my friends from where I was a child. So, Barbara, what do you think? You think you're going to do that? Why don't you? Then sit at the beach. Yes. Linda says she would spend more time with family. So, are you listening to what you're all saying? Are you going to start doing these things? Or is it just a random little brushstroke of, this is what I would do? Because you all think that you have endless days here. Barb says, my motto, live every day like it's your last. Exactly. Oh, she says, and eat shrimp and crab legs while she's on the beach. Carrie, my heart doctor told me if I didn't change my eating and get a grip on my weight, I wouldn't make it to 60. Wow. So that's what I'm saying. I don't want you to have to wait for the big wake up call. I have people around me right now on my team that got a scare twice now. And I said, how many more do you need to get before it's a massive gut punch and it lands you in a hospital bed? You have to change the way you live your life. You have to eat better. You have to have a better spirit. You have to stop hanging around the toxicity and the depression and the drama. None of that serves you. I mean, that's the thing that I have people journal. I'll have them write down, let's just use the food. I have them write down in one column the food that they eat. And in the other column, I say, write, how does it serve you? How does it fuel you? What does it do for you? Start doing things like that. So she said, I was a month shy of my 58th birthday. I'm finally digging in and finding out what causes me to overeat and why. And I've joined a Christian 12-step program. Way to go. And thank you for being real, Carrie. I'm also volunteering for a program I take very seriously. It helps other people. And I make it my mission to compliment as many people that come through my drive-through at work as I can. See, it's the interaction we have with complete strangers. So in a way, him telling me if I wanted to make it to 60, I better do something spurred me into the doing something. She said, I also quit listening to Dr. Phil and getting so depressed by his topics, and I replaced it with listening to you, and I don't miss a day. I know, and that means the world to me. All of you that have been coming on, we've been doing this show since March 1st. I was actually watching something yesterday, and they were celebrating their 100th show, and I thought about it and thought, dang it, we needed to have a party. Because I'm sure we've had 100 shows now. I think we probably just hit that. We started in March. Good morning to my Aunt Tootie. Dolores Hurd, how are you? Good morning. Marilyn. Leona, my friend of 50 years. We were just kids then. Exactly what I was typing. I would add this. I would give each person a handwritten message of what they meant to me in my life. So many of you have influenced me in one way or the other. I carry each of my friends with you in my heart and soul daily. Monica, you're part of my group too. I guess I need to start writing. Okay, do that. If you're just tuning in, it's the mobile version. I'm out here by the pool of the Real Monica Adams show. And what we're talking about here in the last half hour of the show is if you were told that you, and then maybe now you transfer, because see, everybody always likes to take care of everybody else around them before they take care of themselves, which is the problem in and of itself. But let's just take care of you and those that you love. If you or your spouse or your child or your parents or your siblings or your best friends were told that today was their last day, what would you do to fill their cup up? To make that long lasting as they ascend to heaven? What would you do differently? We don't want to think about that, but it's reality, folks. And this is when you really start living, when you understand that. What would you do different? That's what you're telling me. It can be a quick little sentence. It can be a couple sentences. I don't care what you write, but I'm going to read it back. Because I think some of the things that you hear me read from other people makes you say, yeah, I think that same way. I'll tell you for me, As I told you, when I almost lost my life when I was 19 from that massive blood clot, it really was a wake up call of continuing to live a kind, healthy life. Um, I work hard and I know others work super super hard, but you have to, the whole work hard play hard. I love getting together and laughing till wee hours of the morning with family and friends. It fills my soul. Laughter, singing, dancing. I tell you what, one of the things that I've been kicking around lately is getting back into a dancing competition because I miss it. So that would be one of the things that I would put on my list. The other, and I think a lot of people, I'm surprised you haven't said this, a lot of people would say I would travel more. So if I knew I only had a month left, I would make the Italy trip happen. I keep asking Jim, we need to start chipping away at going to places that have to do with our heritage. So my mother is German and Bohemian, Czechoslovakian. My father was Irish, Scotch Irish. That's just the easy part. If my brother Brian was on, of course, he would say, "Oh no, we've done the DNA and it goes deeper than that, and it's these regions." That's fine, but that's pretty much what I am. I'm that kind of a mutt. I'm Irish, Scotch Irish, German, and Bohemian. Okay, and so Jim is Italian and German. So we want to go and visit Italy for his mama. We want to visit Germany for his dad and my mom. And then I want to visit Ireland and Scotland. I would make those things happen because it would light me up to know my history. It would light me up to go to those places. And then when I go to heaven and I meet some of the people that have gone before me, I'd be able to say, hey, I saw where we're from. Those are the things that we put off. And oftentimes I will talk to Jim and say, we need to make this happen. Yeah, we'll go next year or we'll go in 5 years. And I always look at him and say, so you have the belief that you still have that much time. And I know some of you might hear that and think, well, gosh, you don't want to think that you don't. I'm not saying that we're going to go, but how do you know? You don't know. I don't know. He knows. If you're a faith-based person, and I am, God knows when it's it. And when he decides to call us home, I'm sure he's going to ask, did you do everything on earth that you wanted to? Did you love it down there? Well, now here you are. And now it's the best trip of our life, I'm sure, from what I've heard from people who feel that they've talked to those that have gone to heaven. And I've visited with my dad many times, and I just truly believe it's absolutely beautiful up there. I think we all do. But there's some beautiful things down here. If you see it more, you have to believe it. Let's see. Very good, Roop. Thank you for tuning in. If my husband can hear this, I want a pool before I'm gone. Okay, Rose, put it out there. Make it happen. Yes, there's nothing like sitting by the pool. I mean, just looking at it alone, it's just mesmerizing, right? Just being out here in nature, it's just a beautiful thing. It really puts you at such peace. That's how I feel. Unfortunately, my biggest weight models are all three of my best friends who are all overweight and are the reason I stay slender. Looking at them being that heavy makes me stay the opposite. I don't say anything to them because I don't want to shame them. Yeah, please don't. Don't shame anybody. We've been trying to do the 100 Days to Freedom so you all understand that. It's not your walk. They'll do it when they're ready. Don't ever shame a person, for sure. I don't think they try hard enough. Well, maybe they do. They might have. You don't know their walk. You don't know their story. You don't know their abuse or trauma from the background. You don't know their genetics. You don't know if they have their hormones off. There's a lot of things. So never shame a person who has weight on them. We can just hope that they find what they need to walk that path. It's not that they don't try hard enough sometimes. Okay. Anyway, hi, Jai. Linda, I too would travel more. Yep, love that. Jillian says, I love traveling. Good day from the Philippines. Well, how are you? Do the Philippines feel like this morning? I'm getting a lot of people, by the way. I don't know where it's coming from, but some of our videos have gone viral. We're getting people from Pakistan. We're getting people from the Philippines. We're getting people from Cuba, which is great. I first thought I was hacked. But I think it's just somehow we're making around the world, which is what I want. Like-minded, loving souls attract each other. What a blessing when we met at county police department. Oh, that's from Leona to Maryland. They're having their conversation. But there's more to being overweight than being overweight. Yes. Has nothing to do with trying harder. Addiction, medical issues. Thank you. Carrie, I just said it all, right? Exactly. We never know somebody's walk. Donna says, I definitely spend the time with my kids and husband and family friends with lots of love you. Half Italian, half French, Scottish. Always wanted to go to Italy to see where your grandparents came from. Right. So Donna, you and I are in the same boat. How do we make that happen? How do I convince Jim that it has to happen? Now, this year, we put off vacations because I launched my brand, right? The Real Monica Adams LLC. What does that mean? A lot of you have been asking for flyers. And let me say that I thought I was done with all of these. We do still have some. So if you would like to have some in your business, you want to share some to your family and friends, I do still have some of the originals that were made by my wonderful manager. So she started the idea of flyers. And then my beautiful friend Michelle came up with some flyers that we're going to be putting in businesses. And so they were able to work as a team. Michelle's in Cabo, and we needed some more flyers to get out. So we're in the middle of printing all of those. These were the original ones. So what am I doing? All of that. Motivational speaker, MC. I'm a personal stylist, personal transformation consultant, fitness and life coach. And if you want to, just scan that QR code right there. It takes you right to my website, TheRealMonicaAdams.com. But what we didn't have on these original ones is what we're doing right here. I hadn't started the show yet. She made these back in like January or February for us to hand out at events that I'm doing or events that I'm speaking at. So we do still have some of the originals, the OG, and then we have some of these beautiful ones that Michelle and Lori made up. And I want to thank both of them from working together as a team, because that's what it's all about. There's nothing like a team atmosphere. The I in life, right? The I did this. That has to go away. That's one of the things I've been teaching a lot of my life coaching clients. They keep saying, well, I did this. And I said, there's a lot of people around you that do things. And I love the fact that who I've chosen on this team, they understand that. From George to me to Michelle to Lori to Caroline. Patrick does the editing for our audio version, which, by the way, I know he was going off on vacation. I'm hoping that you get that audio show coming up in about 15 minutes. We drop a new audio show wherever you get your audio podcasts. So it's iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, doesn't matter. Wherever you get your audio podcast, on Thursdays, you get a show that maybe you've heard and maybe you need to hear again. Maybe it's a brand new show, brand new content. Or since we've been doing over 100 shows, we have a lot of content for the audio platform side that didn't get a chance to watch all these months. Donna, I'm sorry, I had that one. I am not a traveler. When you just mentioned heaven, reminds me of the incredible movie The Shack. Yes, I want flyers. I will pick them up. Okay, we'll give you some of these, and you can give some of the new ones as well. Who else? Anybody else want to tell me how your life would look different? What else would I do? Let me think. So traveling is one of the biggest things. Here's the deal. I mean, when I tell you that I live my life to the fullest, and that if today was my last day, I'm knock on wood here that I don't want it to happen, but if it was my last day, if it were my last day, I should say, let me just tell you that everybody would come to my funeral and say, she really did it. She really lived fully, morning to night. She got together with family and friends. She told them that she loved them. She did some traveling. She danced. She sang. She laughed. She cried. She was real. She was authentic. All the things. I went to sporting events. I went to concerts. I did motivational speaking. I am chipping away at everything that I've ever wanted in my life. And if you're not doing that, then maybe today's the day that you wake up and say, start doing it. Are there passions inside of you? Here, I know. I'd probably take some of the things off my plate. Let's just be honest. I would probably take some of the things off my plate, spend more time together, because the work, you miss out sometimes on life. But I do fill my cup. So this weekend, Jim and I will be celebrating his 60th birthday a little early. His birthday is actually August 4th, and we'll be spending that with some of his family that we deeply love. So with one of my best friends, Julie, my godchild is Kylie. So Julie and Doug and Kylie, we're going to go bowling on Saturday. That's what he wants to do. He wants to go bowling. He wants to get a hot fudge sundae, and I think he wants to have pizza. That's what he wants to do with them. The simplicity of it all, and all it is about laughing together. So we're going to do that this weekend. Otherwise, we went boating last weekend. Did you see that? So I know you all think, Monica, maybe you're not doing the balance that you talk about. Yes, I am. I do work crazy from 4:30 in the morning until probably 10 o'clock sometimes. I just go because when I leave the studio, I'm still setting up meetings. I am on calls. I am signing up new sponsors, which, by the way, we have obviously thanked the ones that you've seen so far. Vita Health and Wellness, the incredible stuff that they're doing, a wonderful health and wellness spa, as well as Carroll House Furniture. Not only have you seen what's on the set, but sometimes you'll see me swinging on that beautiful basket chair on our front porch. That's from Carroll House. Aldon Indoor Air Quality Specialist. I didn't know of them until George introduced me, and now I would never trust anything in my home when it came to HVAC service to anyone else. They are incredible. I've never seen their kind of customer service. And then what you're seeing here in my backyard, right behind me, the birds of paradise and the palm tree. We have them. We have palm trees. We have them outside, but you've seen them in the studio. And so many people think, well, we're in a zone where you can't have them. Yes, you can. Listen up.
Warm weather, sand beaches, and boats galore. It's not Florida, it's a Lake of the Ozarks. Florida Direct Palm Trees brings tropical flair to your patios, docks, and yards. From a few feet all the way to 25 feet, there are palm trees for every property. Florida Direct also provides palm tree potting soil, palm fertilizer, large decorative pots, and a wide selection of locally grown tropical flowers and plants to add the perfect accent to your tropical paradise. Florida Direct Palm Trees, bringing paradise to your patio for 14 plus years.
All right, welcome back. We're in our final 10 minutes of the Real Monica Adams Show. I love you all for your support because, again, without our sponsors, without you watching, we wouldn't have the show, would you? Would we? Jillian said my family's Jewish, so I'd love to travel to Germany where the Holocaust was and to Israel. Make it happen, Jillian. Donna, I don't know. Been talking about it a long time. My kids need to see where we're from. Southern Italy, we have to go, but also truly know that absent from the body, present with the Lord, will probably be preaching Jesus as I transition. Yeah, well, yep, that's very true. Donna, thank you. Oh, we got a lot of comments coming in. I didn't see. Sorry about that. I talk over people. I butt in, not because they aren't important. I have so much to say and feel. I'm working on that, though. I literally asked somebody that yesterday, if they could calm their mind and be more present and listen. It's an art for sure. I'm Italian. Life is such a gift. If I found out I was dying, I'd never shut up. I'd probably pop up and talk at my funeral. That's funny, Rose. July 17th. July 17th was my 100th episode because of Memorial and 4th of July. Carrie, you're such a doll. Well, dang it, we need to have a party because we are now 10 days past my 100th episode. Happy 100th episode to us. We need to have a party, don't we? Have fun, bowling, pizza, hot fudge sundae. Tell Jim happy birthday. Have fun. I will. Happy early birthday to Jim, my Italian heritage from Galati and Palermo. I think Palermo, that area, I believe, is where Jim's family's from. Happy birthday, handsome Jim. Well, that's very sweet. July 17th was the lemonade stand day. Really? So with Haley? Oh, man, that's incredible. Oh, hang on one second. This is going to be real. I got to go grab something that fell before I lose it. It came out of my book. Okay, let's do a little recap here. Oh, my flyers fell. All right, everybody. We're in our final handful of minutes of the show. So let me recap for those of you that missed the beginning. Oh, it's getting windy out here. I love it. I have clients coming to the house at 9 o'clock. And then I have a big meeting on tap. Oh, let me tell you about this, by the way. We have something that I'm only going to give you a little bit of it because there's still a lot of moving parts to it. But I want you to put this date on your calendar because you don't want to miss this. November 4th. You're going to be with me. It's a night with the real Monica Adams. And I want you to tell your family and friends. I want you to tell businesses that have thought about maybe coming on because they'll get a chance to hear more about the mission. November 4th from 6 to 8 p.m., we're going to be together at Clayton Winehouse. Now, all the moving parts with it are what we're discussing at our lunch meeting today. So it's going to be a blast. We're talking about food. We're talking about wine, spirits, but more so about the message, about more of this, more of me really digging in and helping you understand how your life can be absolutely incredible. So it's an evening with the real Monica Adams, which will then be a launch to a 3-day seminar coming up in 2024. You, me, and hundreds together because we're here to change the life together. Yes, our mutual friend is coming at 9. Kick her rear end. I will. Sometimes the simple things make life more enjoyable. Live your life to the fullest and enjoy your family. Yeah, get back together. Okay, you know what? Let's say that before I read from this. If you are estranged from a sibling, from your parents, from your spouse, and maybe you did a separation, I want you to continue to work on yourself. That's the most important part. But I also want you to think that if today was your final day, if your days were numbered, would you be okay leaving this earth, never talking to that sibling again, your parent again, your best friends, your spouse again? Would you be okay with that? That's what you need to understand. That if today's the last day, I want you to think long and hard in your mind and in your heart and soul. Would you be okay with never talking to them again? And I understand things happen. Trust me, I counsel a lot of people. I understand that some hard things have happened. But in the end, is it worth it to completely cut off ties? Are they really that horrible? What is it? Is it a pebble or a boulder that they've gone through with you? Maybe try to, little by little, at least find a way to apologize, find a way to salvage some aspect. I'm not saying you have to be best friends all over again. I'm not saying that you even have to hang every day, but at least say what has been dividing us is not worth it anymore. Maybe we can start to talk again. Maybe we don't even know what caused the problem in the first place. I mean, that's the one thing. I've asked people, so what is the biggest issue that stopped you from talking? I don't even remember a lot of it. That's the response. I don't even remember. And all I know is if you were to leave this earth and you never talk to them again, I don't know, that's heartbreaking to me to think about. So think about that. Sometimes the simple things make life more enjoyable, Carl said. Yeah. Kathy, Leona, me, and my friends are already there, November 4th. Yep, November 4th. So that's one thing. I'm just giving a little sneak peek. I'll let you all know first. What we've decided is all of you that watch this show day in and day out, all of you that are spreading the message, you all are going to get the first dibs to purchase tickets before anybody else because we will have a cap that night. So 6 to 8 p.m., November 4th, I'm giving you a heads up long in advance because it's only July right now. And then I'll be sprinkling in details for you. Okay, before we read from this, if you didn't hear in the beginning, I'm going to recap. If you or someone you know, your kids, your teenagers, your friends' kids, teenagers, young adults, doesn't matter who, if they have ever aspired to be a model, then here's what they're looking for. Tomorrow, there is an open call from 10 to 12 at the University Club Tower building from 10 to 12 on the 17th floor in the ballroom. Women 13 years old and up, 5'8" to 5'11", come dressed in fitted pants, tank top, and heels, and wear little to no makeup. Men 17 years old, 6'1" and up, come dressed in straight-legged pants and a t-shirt, clean shaven and groomed. That's tomorrow. Don't miss out on that opportunity. My manager Lori, by the way, is with Central Models, and she'll be putting that on. If you need any other information, you can reach out to me. Marilyn says, spoke too soon for me. Dang. Comedian Kathleen Madigan's in town. Have tickets. Sell them. You sell those tickets. I'm telling you, this night's going to be better than Kathleen Madigan. You can see her again. Sell the tickets, Marilyn. I shared about your passion with my yoga class yesterday. Well, bring them aboard. By the way, I do still have room for people in my fitness classes and my life coaching classes. Tonight, I'm still going back and forth on whether I'm going to have life coaching, if I'm going to postpone it or maybe have it on a different day. And that is because I don't want to rush it. We do 5 to 6 together, and then I'm going to show up for this. 7 p.m. tonight. Gary Chapman is in town. These tickets are free. It is Pathfinder Church on Manchester in Ellisville. You can Google it and find the tickets. I have nothing to do with them. I just thought this is incredible that he's in town. And this is the Love Language Minute for couples. So I thought, what the heck? He's in town, and in his honor, let's read day 1. 3 things will last forever: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. Let love be your highest goal. You've heard that before, I'm sure, from 1 Corinthians 13, verses 13 through 14. Lord, thank you for creating each of us so differently. Keep me from assuming that my partner thinks and feels the way that I do. Please give me the patience to find out I can be most effectively please give me the patience to find out how I can most effectively communicate love to my spouse. And this is all about communicating love. After more than 40 years of counseling couples, Dr. Chapman said, I'm convinced there are 5 different ways that we speak and understand emotional love. 5 love languages. Each of us has a primary love language. One of the 5 speaks to us more profoundly than the other 4. Seldom do a husband and wife have the same love language. We tend to speak our own language, and as a result, we completely miss each other. Oh, we're sincere. We're even expressing love, but we're not connecting emotionally. Does that sound familiar to you? Love doesn't need to diminish over time. The end of the famous love chapter of the Bible that we just read for you says that love is of great value and will last forever. In fact, the Apostle Paul says that love should be our highest goal. But if you're going to keep love alive, you need to learn a new language. That takes discipline, that takes practice. But the reward, it's a lasting, deeply committed relationship. I love that. So I'm reading that right now for me and Jim. And our love languages are a little different. Do you know your love language? If not, you should take it because it's really a wake up call. Monica Adams, give Jay a good workout today for me. You got it. Gary Chapman, 5 love languages are awesome. I know mine. Yeah. So tonight, he's in person. Again, free tickets. Pathfinder Church on Manchester in Ellisville. And then we'll have our mobile Monica version tomorrow. I actually haven't picked our topic yet. You can shoot me an email if you want to. Let me put my email back on the screen. I sometimes like to not come up with it until the night before or the morning of. It inspires me to climb out of my comfort zone and see if I can put on a whole hour show for something that you challenge me with right away. So we've got some big ones coming up. Besides the ones I've already told you about that we've interviewed, we have on Monday, we have Gabrielle Stolschmidt, and Gabrielle again is going to be looking for aspiring actors, and she's going to be putting on a class for those that are looking to act. So they have a continuing education academy where they host workshops and intensives. It's called Own Your Own Voice, and their upcoming on-camera class for aspiring commercial actors. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about their clothing line donated to charities fighting human trafficking. Again, some of the things that she's been doing with just teaching wonderful young kids singing and then putting on these wonderful concerts. And I love what she's doing. And I'm so proud of her for climbing out of her comfort zone and not just doing singing herself or musicianship herself or modeling, but she started her own company, Gabrielle Stolschmidt School of Music, and then your Own Your Voice Academy. So she'll be my guest on Monday. Read Low on Tuesday. We are taping a bunch of shows that we'll be sprinkling in for you. I'm going to be going to Mississippi and Alabama, and I'm hoping to be able to come live to you from Mississippi and Alabama. If I can't, then we will share some of these shows in my absence, in my live absence. Let's see, who else are we interviewing? Katie Collier. Katie Collier will be coming up from Katie's Pizza and Pasta. I love the fact that we're going to be able to tell her story. As I mentioned at the beginning of the show, some big shows already taped and some big shows to come. So there you go. Thank you all. Tomorrow, talk about goals. Different than intentions, but goal traps and successful setting goals. Marilyn says, I so wish I could. I made a promise to my friend Kelly, and I keep those, counting on my peeps to share. All right. We're going to miss you then, Marilyn. Carrie, you got it. Goals. There you go. Tomorrow's show, goals. Different than intentions, but goal traps and how to be successful in setting goals. I like that one. All right. We'll do that. I want to give a thank you one more time to our incredible sponsors. Again, we could not do it without them. So Invita Health and Wellness, our title sponsor, and I'm looking forward to years to come. Sarah, Jamie, thank you all for what you've done. Jeff and Toy, thank you for believing in us with Aldon Indoor Air Quality Specialist. Thank you to Carol and Amy Dubman with Carol House Furniture. I mean, what they're doing for our community with the overpopulation with animals and the wonderful clinic that they've opened. I want to thank Greg and Lori with Florida Direct Palm Trees, the beautiful ones that we have here and the beautiful ones in the studio. They're so darn busy. I'm trying to get them in so they can tell you more about how you can have them in your home and how you care for them in this zone. And then on Tuesday, we launch a brand new sponsor, Kathy Kilo Peterson, State Farm Agent. And we'll talk more about her goals and what she wants to do in this life and why you'd want to have her and her agency. So that's what it's all about. When we all need insurance, but you might as well use someone that you trust. And we're going to tell her story, I hope, coming up in September. We're going to hear a lot about her and what she's wanting to do. And she'll be sponsoring some really incredible segments. Thank you so much. It's been beautiful. Get outside, enjoy it. I've got a full day and I hope you do as well. So we talked today about living your life and if you would live it differently. A lot of you said a lot of things. Make it happen. I don't want you to leave this earth, but just have the realization that we're not promised tomorrow. So start living that life. And remember, go out in this world where you can be anything. Don't forget, first and foremost, be kind. Love you all. Enjoy your day.